I still remember the first time I hit play on the Bar 1000 and the room just stopped feeling flat. I wasn't just watching a movie anymore, I was in it. If you even a little serious about sound that actually surrounds you, check the current price and stock now, because systems this immersive don't hang around once people hear how capable they are. You know that moment when an action scene should feel bigger but instead just sounds louder? Or when music hits and you hear it, but you don't feel it. That was my old setup and it worked, but it never absorbed me into the experience. One night I realized it wasn't engaging me the way it should, and that's when I knew I'd outgrown compromise. The first time the Bar 1000 filled the room, it wasn't just louder, everything had space and dimension. Dolby Atmos and DTS didn't feel like checkboxes. Sound moved above me and around me. The detachable surrounds weren't an afterthought, they placed effects behind me with clarity that made scenes feel real instead of flat. Multi-beam lifted ambience off the front and filled the room in a way that made me lean forward and just listen. Once you feel that level of performance, anything weaker starts sounding held back, like you're only hearing part of what's possible. Using this system day in and day out changed how I engage with everything. Movies feel like events instead of background noise. Gaming becomes directional, footsteps, explosions, ambience all come from places, not just speakers. Sports feel alive, like the stadium is in the room with you. Even simple dialogue scenes start to feel thoughtful, detailed, and natural instead of muddled. And listen, don't wait for the perfect deal. Prices fluctuate, stock moves fast, and hesitation usually means missing the experience you really want. Maybe you rethinking this is overkill for everyday TV. I had that doubt too. What surprised me most wasn't the power, it was how connected and intentional the soundstage feels. Other bars push audio forward, this one crafts an environment that wraps you. Once you've lived with that, weaker setups start to feel like they're holding back the story instead of enhancing it. One thing that genuinely caught me off guard was how many little details I started noticing: a subtle ambience, objects hitting with presence, layers in music I'd never picked up before. That's where pride of ownership hits, when friends ask why your room sounds full and not hollow, and you get to smile because it's your choice delivering that. True immersive surround that feels real powerful. Precise low-end and wide soundstage, detachable surrounds that actually place effects, multi-beam fills spaces intuitively, every show feels elevated and alive, requires thoughtful placement in your room. Detachable speakers need occasional charging, but here's the truth. At some point you stop circling specs and just choose the system you already kept imagining. That's where this one sits, the soundbar you already wanted. Don't let this upgrade sit on a wishlist you'll regret later. Check the price, see what's in stock, and trust that feeling that told you it was time. Once you experience sound that actually surrounds and moves around you, everything else just feels quiet by comparison.